in controversy are two words that would best describe the Australian Grand Prix, as Cosmic Nova captivated the eyes of many as he took his maiden victory on debut with BMW Team Deutschland. The other major news headline is multi-time Drivers' Champion Paul Schneider was suspended for 3 races and was handed a 25-point penalty to the Drivers' Championship as he wrecked Amy Shelley from the lead at high speed on lap 37. Diago Power Racing protested against the investigation of his possible license removal as they threatened to boycott Formula X entirely. Seeing as Diago Power was Formula Auto Racing Association's greatest asset to the industry, Farah stepped down from the investigation altogether, thus bringing lots of questions of leadership within the Formula X community. 2 other drivers faced suspensions from this past weekend due to unrelated incidents on the track, that being Tauja Racing Unit's Moshe Ben-Gurion and Mazda Speed's Michael Curtin. Their on-track actions were that they did not yield to leaders when blue flags were waved. As a result of this, San Lorenzo, Clara Lipins, and Eduardo Santos would all be in place of the suspended parties' seats, respectively, and heading into the weekend onward. I must also mention that the latter 2 of Ben-Gurion and Curtin were suspended only from this race only. The Bahrain Grand Prix has always been a staple to our Formula X calendar, and without a further ado, let's get down to our starting order for this race weekend. Amy Shelley will inherit the pole position after San Lorenzo's qualifying time was invalidated from the pole. Montemor will start on the outside front row. Kota Masaleo and Scott Roush will qualify in row 2. Sabina Kielschen and Christopher Cox in row number 3. Great qualifying effort from them. Round 4 will be Kyla Moussis and Nick Mueller. Good time for both drivers as well. And turn around and get the top 10 of both Lafitte Formula Racing as they will take 9th and 10th respectively. Cosmic Nova and Carson Davids will take 11th and 12th on the starting grid. Let's see if Nova can get into the top 10. Tomas Saarinen and Robert Adams with a less than stellar qualifying effort. Let's see if they can try to make it up in the race. Ryan Mansell and Jiro Yaname in row number 8. Mario Sa and Lily Serta also less than stellar qualifying performance. Chica Balcazar with a disappointing 19th place in qualifying 2. Didn't even see to get to qualifying 3 this race. Spencer Fulton in 20th. Maddie Petit and Rebecca Davies, 21st and 22nd. Jose Antonio Martini and Kevin Rasmussen will be 23rd and 24th. 25th, Hiroki Kazi and Nicolata Kiscola, Clara Lipins and Bobby Jones. In row 14, row 15 will be Charno Rongswat and Eduardo Santos. The final row will be Sikroy Barricada and San Lorenzo. Let's get down to the race. And it's lights out and away we go here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Montemor with a horrendous start on the outside front rows. Masalela and Kielschen take 2nd and 3rd. Immediately, it looks like Lucis is going to try the inside as well. Look at Masalela to the inside. Entering turn 1, but to no avail. Shelley still gets out in front. Masalela with the better momentum off turn 2. Is he going to make the move into the lead? Though that Honda Power Newcom is no match for the BMW on the straights. Into turn 4 now. Shelley gets away. And a pretty clean start. It looks like Lucis and Kielschen are continuing to battle for 3rds. But we're going to have to see what becomes of that as we enter the pit of turn 7. Looks like nothing will become of that. Looks like Nick Mueller is also climbing his way up the grid as well as Cosmic Nova, I think I saw in the background as well. So a lot of position shifting around within the opening lap as we head down the second half of Sector 2. This is the back straight, heading towards the beginning of Sector 3. Masaleo looks like he's keeping up with Shelley pretty well, though the defending Drivers' Champion knows exactly what she's doing on a racetrack like this. She lost this race last year to Paul Schneider, who is actually on the sidelines for the next 3 weeks, so we're going to have to see how this race plays out, considering that Diago Power are nowhere to be seen for the majority of this race weekend to begin with. And a stop-and-go penalty for Eduardo Santos and Kevin Rasmussen for jumping the start. I wonder what's caused him to do that, but Shelley looks like she's going to lead the very first lap here. It looks like I see Daniel Conway in the top 6 as well. And here are Rasmussen and Santos entering pit road. They're going to have a long hill to climb if they're going to have any shot of picking up any sort of ground after this. Tough break for them, as they probably should have known better than to jump to start to begin with. Here's Scott Roush looking to do battle with Carson Davis for position, and there he goes right around him. That was for 10th place. Scott Roush, I'm sorry, that was not for 10th place. That was 9th rather. It looks like, ooh, contact between Roush and Conway entering turn 4. This is lap 2, mind you. So this battle is going to go on for quite some time. It looks like Roush is giving Conway a lot of room. Conway's won at this racetrack before in 2016, and right out the inside goes Conway. So Roush is going to stay back in 11th for the time being. He's going to have another shot at the more experienced Welshman. A little bit of contact there between Jack Hamilton and Nick Mueller entering turn 1 on lap 3. That's going to lose him the position to Cosmic Nova, and I want to say that is Spencer Fullerton in the number 18. Lap 4, Roush dives it down the inside of Conway, entering turn 1. And it looks like it's 10th place for Roush, but gotta remind you, Scott Roush is just a rookie, just entering the series. Won in the IndyCar Series title last year. And, ooh, a little bit of contact there between Rebecca Davies and the 31 of Matty Petit. And I don't know what Stewart's gonna say to that. Yeah, 10-second penalty. Why am I not surprised by that? It looks as though Roush is going to try to go after Mueller for what is 9th place now. Ooh, Mueller gets a little flustered in the last corner. Looks like Roush may have the straight line advantage off the last corner. Yes, he is. He's going to get the position to start-finish line, but he's not at the most advantageous position. Well, now he's cleared him, as I say that. So this is going to get a little bit dicey. Mueller tries to go back after Roush, but to no avail there. Roush now after Conway for the for what I believe is a final points paying position. It's still 10th place. I'm a little surprised by myself. Oh, that's Hamilton up there, excuse me. Well, Mueller is not quite done with Roush yet. Mueller is a very experienced veteran under his wing. He's going to get right around Roush to the outside. Heading towards the hairpin. Roush tries the outside line. Let's see what becomes of that. They're going to be side by side, entering the Temple of Anguish, as most drivers would like to call it in the paddock. Though I don't think that inside line is very advantageous for Roush, and it certainly hasn't, as he's going to drop to 12th. So Roush is going to have another go at Nick Mueller later on in this race. Bit of contact between Lilia Severodov and Chica Balcazar. This was for way back into the 20s, and wow. I wasn't surprised about that incident being under investigation by the stewards. From what I understood, Balcazar and Severodov have not had a good start so far, as far as on and off-track niceties go. So Severodov is trying to chase after her teammate Tolma Saarinen for what I believe is 15th place. And it's like, oh, and Balcazar did not like that and repaid it a favor. And, oh, she's going to rejoin the track in the Mario Saw. Oh. Well, I guess the stewards didn't appreciate that little interaction between her and Severodov, so that's going to give her a time penalty. Scott Roush now continues to battle with Hamilton for 6th. Or, on lap 6, excuse me. And Roush easily gets by Hamilton at turn 2. Here we go into... It doesn't look like anything's going to come of Mueller and Hamilton. So it looks like Lafite were trying to make a few steps forward, but they may take about 5 or 6 steps back, given what their long run pace has been doing to them so far. And Mueller sends it down the inside. Entering the hairpin. Let's see, is he going to clear him by the Temple of Anguish? No, he's not. Not with the help of David's behind Hamilton either. Oh, David sends it around the outside of Hamilton as well, so that's another 2 steps back for Jack Hamilton. In the 8th. Looks like Lafite's long run pace is already beginning to dwindle as we're in the early stages of this Grand Prix. So we're going to have to see what becomes of that as well. Meanwhile, Christopher Cox sends it down the inside of Kyle Lucis, and they run it wide. Heading down the right-hander. No contact was made by either driver. That was a great pass by number 16. Christopher Cox was known for winning the 2017 U.S. Grand Prix after Schneider having blown up in the last few laps of the race. Lucis again going to try to take it back to Christopher Cox on the following lap. He's not done battling with the Red Bull yet. As a Crown Racing Ferrari, they're going to go wheel to wheel. And then on the S's, it looks like Cox is going to give him some space. Always the gentlemanly driver that Christopher Cox is when racing around other drivers. Though it looks like Lucis is going to have to concede the Red Bull for the time being. Team orders by Lafite Formula Racing is Daniel Conway going to try to go around Jack Hamilton entering the final corner, though that's gone awry for both drivers, as now it's Tolma Saarinen's turn to take advantage of this opportunity to make an overtake on both drivers. Lafite Formula Racing has not had a good start to the year thus far. They didn't score last week, and it's not about to get any better for them. As, oh, this is getting a little bit sketchy by well, cars. Here comes Scott Roush to probably take advantage of this mistake from Saarinen and Conway. Well, let's see if anything comes of this. Oh dear, this is going to get really sketchy real fast. That's not Roush. That is Robert Adams actually in the 9. Adams sweeps by both drivers through the middle. What an impressive show of talent by Robert Adams in the number 9. He's looking to really capitalize on his misfortunes from last race weekend, as he's going to try to close down and cause an for position. Carter Leibniz and Bobby Jones will get together on around lap 9, and they're going to unsafely re-enter the servers. More so Bobby Jones on him, gets into Lotto Cascola, and Jones will go around. What are the stewards going to say about that one? Oh. I mean, I wouldn't disagree that was unsafe re-entry on the racing surface, but what grounds is the question. Team orders now for Chica Balcazar and San Lorenzo. Lorenzo is clearly faster than the 4, so she's going to quite easily let him go. Hopefully, Lorenzo can try to make up some lost points, especially with that invalid qualifying time after post-qualifying inspection where he was disqualified, or his time was disqualified. We'll see what becomes of that. Meanwhile, a big send by the Red Bull of Christopher Cox into Nick Miller. Nothing will become of that send. However, Miller having a slow acceleration off turn 2 and 3, that's going to allow Cox to get by with ease. Lap 12 now. It looks like the 3 is trying to get to ground, and problems for San Lorenzo. It seems as the Mercedes unreliability is now beginning to be problematic for the top 2 team. And Lorenzo is going to stall it on the track. Luckily, there are no other cars coming by. It's an unfortunate shame, really, because Lorenzo was looking very strong. He was picking up lots and lots of ground. I think he picked up about 12 positions until that happened. Meanwhile, Tomas Saarinen lap later tries to send it in on Conway. Oh, that's gone wrong. There was no unsafe dive aside from Saarinen just sending it way too hard, and the official's going to do it. Oh. I guess the officials don't want anything to do with that one. So I guess it was just Saarinen's punishment to bear. Carson Davids will come down pit road as a short pit strategy on the end of the lap, number 18. We're going to have to see what becomes of that little strategy call there. The following lap, in lap 19, this is where a pit window opens here, as everyone will come down pit road for their first stop of the race. So it depends on if each team is going to go for a 1-stop or a 2, or not a 1-stop, a 2-stop or a 3-stop this race. That would just depend if they can insert their tires well enough. With the exception of Chica Balcazar, because it was a last-second strategy change after Lorenzo had his mechanical failure, she was not the only one to stay out of this either. After pit stop, the battle brews between Matsamura and Kylo Lucis. Lucis' pace begins to dwindle. Cosmic Nova and Matsamura make contact. The 2-time former LES champion almost running him over, though Matsamura is going to slip quite easily in the inside of Lucis. It seems that Lucis' pace has begun to dwindle since the first stop. Not sure what's up with Crown Racing Ferrari's long-run pace of late, but it's certainly not going to do them any better. Here, Netta Lucis scored pretty high last week in Australia, but like I said, you wouldn't really see what's going to become of his pace, much later on. He might fall into the top 10 at that rate. And oh, big shot from Scott Roush to Cosmic Nova, and that's going to give Nova the damage to the diffuser and front wing damage to Roush. And is that going to hurt Nova? Oh my goodness, yeah, that's hurting Nova a lot. And I'm a little surprised the stewards aren't doing much about that, if at all. Are the stewards going to say anything about it? No, I guess not. But now they're holding up the 5 of Davids in the Red Bull. Roush, of course, coming from the IndyCar series, won the Drivers' Championship after taking the second half of the season by storm last year, and apparently it was a bit of a wager that him and LES driver Ali Nelson had, which resulted in him going to a day which was about as disastrous as you can say hello. I digress. Roush's damage is starting to hinder his pace quite a lot, and it's starting to hurt Nova's pace a lot more. Though Roush has had cold feet so far in the paddock with S&K United, as he thought of leaving for LES the following year. He's not so sure that he fits in the environment of the Farah as far as he's concerned. Though for the most part, Roush has done everything he can to show an impressive run despite his rookie mistakes. And that rookie mistake is going to cost him quite a bit. And wow, that is the Mazda speed. I want to say that's not Michael Curtin, but Eduardo Santos. He's already fallen a couple laps down on pit road. And Roush gets by Nova without a problem, and so does Davids. As big send by the Mazda into the BMW. Nova is not too happy about the diffuser damage. It's really beginning to hinder his straight line speed quite significantly. Roush doing all he can to defend from the Red Bull, and he's done a successful job so far, but eventually something's going to have to give for the S&K United rookie. He started 4th on the grid, and he's dropped down to about 7th place this time. Nova eventually got around Roush, but Roush is going to get around him again. So we're just going to have to see what Roush can do, but Nova, well, he's kind of a sitting duck at this time. He's going to have to run the race through, if that means anything for him. Meanwhile, Robert Adams, getting ahead of Roush after pit stops, is now trying to battle with, Christopher Cox, but Adams can't seem to do anything with his former teammate. But the Red Bull having a lot more mechanical power is not going to do any favor for Robert Adams and the S&K, but he seems to figure it out for the most part. Here's Lorenzo back out on track about 4 laps down. Watch out, Roush! Oh! And that's definitely going to do him in. Roush... Uh-oh, I think Roush is reporting some heavy damage. Is the team calling him to retire the car? I don't know. Roush is definitely slowing a lot from that. It looks like it. Yep, he's done. Scott Roush will be the first retirement of this race. Quite unfortunate for him, because Roush was doing a splendid job keeping the car together most of the race weekend, but it's come to nothing after a couple of rookie mistakes of locking up his front diff. So, we'll see what Roush can do with Balkan next week. Meanwhile, battle for position now between Lucis and it looks like, wow, that was a little dicey there. And that was a very quick pass by the Red Bull of Cox there. Good stuff from him. Lucis really beginning to drop a lot on race pace. Okay, looks like we're going to check back on Balcazar. Watch out, severe up! Oh! Wow, that is the most egregious piece of driving I've ever seen out of Lilia Savirodov. And Balcazar is not too happy with it, so neither the stewards. What are you going to say about that one? Yeah, I'm not at all surprised by that. Wow, that was just despicable. Masaleo looking to short pit, hopefully has an opportunity to close on Amy Shelley in the latter stage of the race. He's going to pit a little bit sooner than the race leader, Sanchis, and untouched all race. Jack Hamilton sending it into turn 1 into Herbie Causing, and that's not worked out well for him at all, now has it. I know the stewards are definitely going to penalize him for that, and yes, they have. 10-second penalty for Jack Hamilton. It seems that this race weekend is going backwards for Liquid Formula Racing this weekend. Savita Kielshin now battles with the Red Bull of Christopher Cox. And it looks like that Takia Matsumura are going to get into the mix as well. And Kielshin, she's a well-known driver for Stuttgart United Mercedes, as, of course, Red Bull swings around her outside, entering a hairpin. She was known for getting on the podium in 2016, when the team wasn't that well funded, so it seems that things are going to work out for the better for her as the race progresses. Meanwhile, Robert Adams, whoa! An accident between Robert Adams and Nick Mueller taking place, though it seems that Adams is going to let him go, and despite the sportsmanlike conduct by Adams, he's still going to get a 5-second penalty added to his time. Well, he's kind of guilty for that one, as the next lap, barricaded. Wow, that's a little embarrassing. The Volkswagen Motorsport team has always kind of been a backmarker-ish team, despite, Jose Antonio Martin winning the race, and wow, almost right in front of the race leader, Amy Shelley. Shelley's going to give him the one-finger salute, predictably. That was an unsafe entry. I'm surprised the stewards haven't said anything about Barricade being penalized for that. Not like it matters, since he's about to go a lap down, I guess, according to them. Shelley still battling out with a 21. She's definitely going to lose out in time, even though she's got a 10-second lead on Kota Masalela. we're just gonna see what comes of that. On lap 49 now, a little bit of contact between Lipins and Masalela. I don't know if that had anything to do with anything at all, and yeah, that incident's under investigation. Yeah, I don't think he's very happy about that one. As now we're headed to lap 50. It seems that Masalela is going to try to send it around the inside of Lipins, and he's going to do that without a problem. Let's see what becomes of this little battle later on. Although Lipins is already about a lap down or so. So he's going to try to close up on Amy Shelley as quick as he can. And wait a second, what is Lipins doing? You gotta be kidding me. Now that was just more despicable than what Safirodov's done. And please, yeah, thank you. Lipins is definitely going to need he's going to have an interesting conversation with the stewards after this race. And Masalela's hard work for keeping up with Amy Shelley's pace has gone to nothing as he's going to fall down to 8th. Or 7th, excuse me. The poor kid has had a stellar drive all race long, and that has gone to nothing thanks to lap traffic. I'm sure Challenger Racing Unit's going to have a lot to explain on that one. Carson Davids has run out of fuel. He's going to have to come in for more with just a handful of laps to go. Speaking of, with 7 to go, Rebecca Davies' motor blows up on her in the BMW. Which, that's disappointing for Davies. She was already outside points main position, I believe. And while this doesn't do any better, she's just going to park it on the exit of turn 1. And nobody hits her, thankfully. And it looks like there's a battle between Kielschen and... looks like that's Matsumura. Yeah, that is Matsumura. It looks like the position. This is for the final podium position, as it looks to be as for right now. Matsumura going to try to send it down the inside of Lipins, who's already been called to the stewards for her little shenanigans on the track. Although it looks like Kielschen has run out of race pace. I think she's worn out her tires at this rate. Not sure knows what exactly he's doing. Oh, I'm just kidding. She sent it on the inside of Matsumura during 1 and 2, and she takes that 3rd spot right back. Kielschen is a never-say-die person when it comes to battling for the podium, and she proved just that just a few moments ago, though Matsumura is a man of consistency, and that man does not give up either. No matter the outcome, Matsumura is going to find a way to get that position back. Hirachi proving that he's very capable of scoring a podium despite being underpowered in the Honda engine unit, but Hirachi Racing Technologies is very well known for having well-developed race cars. It's just that they're not primarily focused on their engine department, and that could hurt them in the long run as well, as Kielschen continue to pull away. Meanwhile, next lap, Matsumura sends it down the inside of Kielschen again. Let's see if he's going to get the position this time. Not a problem for him, as he takes over the final podium position from Sabina Kielschen. It's been so long since Kielschen has last stood on the podium. She came close several times. She came close at the US Grand Prix last year. Nothing came of that either. Daniel Conway sent it in on Kylan Lucis, and Lucis again continuing to lose a lot of pace. I think I see his teammate Mario Salback there not doing much better. So that's a bit of a disappointment for him, to say the least. Trouble for Kota Masaela is he does not have enough fuel to finish the rest of the race, and that's going to put him outside of points paying position. And this is truly a shame for the rookie in Newcom. It was going to be a splendid second place finish, and that has gone to tatters for Newcom Motors as they put all every stock they have in the Masalela. Very unfortunate for him. We got a battle between Spencer Fullerton and Daniel Conway. This looks like it's for points, as it stands right now. Conway around Fullerton without a problem, it looks like. And it looks like Lucis is going to try the same thing, if he can succeed at that. Though it's hard to tell, really, with those two. Fullerton has had a okay race so far. He's been pretty quiet around the top 15. So he's got a Sarin to look out for as he's now on his inside, entering Sector 3. We're going to see how that pans out for both drivers. Is Sarin going to be able to pass on the inside? No, he will not. Fullerton gets him on the outside. Let's see if Sarenen's going to try to send it again. Sarenen's been known to making full sends at the last second when you least expect him to, but looks like Sakhir is going to be patient enough to hold off on that. Saw right now going to round the outside of Conway, though it looks like Conway doesn't have enough to finish the race either. So again, strategy has gone in tatters for Lafitte Formula Racing, as they've been known to win races off strategy in the past, and that's gotten nothing for them as well. So free real estate for some of the other drivers that are looking to score points. Same for Sabina Kielschen, she did not have enough to finish either. And after all the drama that's occurred on the track, Amy Shelley has been untouched from start to finish, as she will claim the Bahrain Grand Prix, her first victory of the 2018 season. After a dominating performance from her, Christopher Cox will come home in second, as Akio Matsumura in third. Thomas Saarinen comes home in the fourth. Adams, despite that penalty, will keep his fifth place finish. Mario Sa will finish in sixth, Savirodov seventh, eighth is Fullerton, ninth David, and 10th, Sabina Kielschen. Driver today will go to Kota Masalela. Congratulations to him. Long Swat would finish just outside of points paying position. Very good stuff, though, from Mazda Speed. They weren't very fast this weekend, and they definitely made a lot of ground up. Balcazar in 12th, 13th Martini, 14th Mueller. Conway, Masalela, Lata Kiscola, Jones, Yaname, and Barraqueta will round up your top 20. Hamilton, Kazi, Nova, Lipins, Yermansel, and Lucis. Lucis had a very bad race, it seems, as their strategy's gone in tatters as well. 27th is Petit, 28th is Razas and Lorenzo, 29th. 30th. 30th will go to Santos. 31st to Davies, and Roush will round up last in points. Unfortunate for him. As we look at the Drivers' Championship, Matsumura leads by 5 over Amy Shelley, and Cosmic Nova as they tie for second. Fourth is Robert Adams, tied for fifth is Kylan Lucis and Christopher Cox. 7th is Saarinen, and so is Savirodov. They are both tied together. 9th is Balcazar, 10th is Mario Sa, tied for 11th. Or 11th is Yaname, tied for 12th is Yermansel and Fullerton. 14th is Davids, and tied for 15th is Latka Skola and Kielschen. The remaining drivers have no points or right or negatives, that being Jones, Masalela, Mueller, Petit, Conway, Wang Swat, Roush, Davies, Kazi, Barraqueta, Martini, Hamilton, Ben Gurion, Curtin, Rasmussen, and Schneider with negative 25. As you look at the Constructors' Championship, Hirachi Racing Technologies holds an 8-point lead over Crown Racing Ferrari, surprisingly. Raven West Motors and BMW Team Deutschland both have 25, they're tied for third. 1 point behind is Audi Sport. S&K is going to be in 6th, 7th is Red Bull, Chevrolet, 8th and 9th are Musakir and Ferrari Dubai, and Stuttgart United Mercedes. 10th with the last team with points is Volkswagen with just 1 after Australia. Newcom Motors, Curtis Racing, Lafitte Formula Racing, Mazda Speed, Tauber Racing, and Dark Power Racing all have yet to be to make points or be in the positive points as far as the Constructors' Championship goes. And they've got a long way to go, as we only have a few more races before the Monaco Grand Prix. The Formula X Paddock heads over to Belka, the third round of the World Drivers' Championship, one of the most dangerous circuits on the schedule. This is a production of the Thunder Racing Network, and we will see you next time.